Hey, all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly value, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey there, my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel. I'm your hostess, femininity coach, and author of the Crimson Cure, and this is my perspective. Okay, I'm just gonna let you listen to this foolishness. This is why we stuck, y'all, and this is why a lot of females, a lot of Black women that just don't understand finances at all. And you know what? It's Black people on a larger scale. We don't really get how wealth works and home buying and finances in general. And then Black women has got this narrative in their head about how money should look and how provision should look and leadership, and have no idea how any of that goes. But they got a lot to say about it, and I just want you to hear this.
My income to get this house for us, we don't supposed to have this house.
Why? Because you're not going to live in it?
No, hear me out. I'll put my income on the line, but as a man, you are the leader. You're supposed to provide. That means you already coming in the door above your means if you need all of my pocket.
No. It's about the bank. You got to remember.
No, that's different. Like on paper.
No, that's what I'm saying. So
that's different.
So here's my thing, right? If we are trying to get this house, we can get a double the size house if both our incomes are on there. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of who pays the bills, this, that, and the other, we're going for both of ours. So I'm trying to figure out, why are you saying yours not coming into play?
If that's the game plan, you the leader. I'm following you, baby. Take my W2.
So your income is coming into play.
But you're paying that mortgage. It's not coming out of my pocket.
So what you gonna be doing? So what you gonna be doing with? If I'm paying those bills, what are you gonna be doing with your money?
You paying everything else.
Me being me, everything else investing. But here's the thing, right? When I say like I am a wife, let's say for instance my income, I don't care if it's $2,000 a month. I will come to my husband. You paying the bills, babe. What we gonna do with this money that I'm bringing in? I'm not bringing it to the table for you to go F it off so you can go trick off with Keisha, Tish. If you need my income to get this house for us, we don't.
Did you hear that foolishness? Now, there are a lot of reasons why she's completely wrong with what she's talking about. And they're speaking in hypotheticals, and all of this other stuff, but without any real understanding of what's really going on here. So she's talking about, if we have to put in money together to get the home, then we're living above your means to provide. And so we should not get that home, because if you need my money to get the home, then we're not supposed to have that home because that home is too expensive for you. And then he came back and said, why? Because you're not living in it. Now, here's the thing. If a man just went off on his own, he's married to you, he goes and gets the house that he's paying for, that your money is nowhere to be seen, you realize that your amount of say-so in where this house is, what this house looks like, whether or not it's going to be comfortable for you, whether or not, all of these different things, you realize that becomes extremely limited. He may not really take into consideration all of that to the degree that you would want him to take into consideration of it, because you've already declared your finances off limits to this home, to even the down payment of it, or things of that nature. And women don't understand. So what if he decides he's not going to really deal with your input and what you think about the house. And also, your name not gonna go on the deed either. It's his house. His, not ours, his. See, y'all don't think about it from that standpoint. Y'all don't never think about it from that standpoint. Right? Then he'll be being controlling and not including you, and you know what I'm saying, you don't have anything in this marriage, you don't have a stake, but you don't put a stake in it. You don't put any skin in the game, and sometimes that skin is money. Sometimes that skin is money, especially if both of y'all are making like an equal amount. That's a part of what the marriage should be. The pooling together also of resources, not just he takes care of me and my money is, I trick off my money doing whatever. If both of you are making the average salary pay for an American worker, that's no more than maybe about $45,000 a year, you know what I'm saying, on average. If both of you are making that, you're only making like 90,000 a year. And I'm saying only because in this economy right now, that's not what you think it is. That is treading water a little better. Right? And you set your finances up how you wish. However, the resource pooling is actually supposed to happen, especially with our set up as Black people. We're not the Asians or the Arabs or the, you know what I'm saying, whoever we think isn't doing that, because at one point they might have been doing that. Okay? I often we talk about the Koreans and the other Asians that run the restaurants in a Black neighborhood, run the beauty supply stores in a Black neighborhood. And oftentimes you will see the wife, the women, the other family members working in the family business. That's the family business. Nail shops, you see what I'm saying? You see the Filipinos and nail shops and stuff like that. The nail shop that I go to, that his wife is also doing nails. The husband does my nails, but his wife is just as booked and busy as he is. She the first face you see when you come into the establishment. She's sitting right there doing nails, humping, doing nails all day, nails. Okay, she taking phone calls, she setting up appointments, she taking money, and she doing nails. And so is he. He's doing the same thing she's doing. And then they got like two other workers that do like the pedicures and stuff. But those other two ladies are not always there. They're probably like part-time. The other lady's kind of like part-time, and the one lady that do the pedicure, she's there more often than not. But generally speaking, it's them two running a whole nail shop. And when I say that nail shop stay booked and busy, when I say you better call a week or two ahead of time for the appointment to do your nails, when I say you really can't walk in there and get your nails done, and it look empty because people don't be waiting, it's really appointment only. When I say booked and busy, that's what I mean. And his wife is right there. Her license is right on the wall next to his license. These are not Black people. And whatever they complaints is, I would know because I'm just a customer. But what I see is those two working together. Working together. Working. She's working. That money is being utilized however they utilizing it. They are building, because they don't look like they know more than maybe they late 30s or something like that. They not real old. And so you know that they're going home to a nice place, probably driving real nice cars. but he's not running the nail salon business on his own and his wife sitting up twiddling her toe. She's not. That is what generational wealth is. You have to put in the equity, whether it's financial or sweat. And black women don't like to do either. Because if her husband starts asking her more to do more than what she think a princess fairy tale wife is supposed to do, then this is where we start talking about the divorce rates being what they are, and the majority of that being women initiating it, because it be a lot of foolishness like this. It be a lot of foolishness like this. Don't know how to be married, have no idea what it takes to truly be a wife and do all of the things that you really need to do in your marriage. And those things change the level of sacrifice, what you're sacrificing, the type of work that you're doing, whether that calls for physical work, you know what I'm saying, emotional work, mental work, other time sacrifices, whatever it is. And it's like, y'all do not know how to be married. We got this chick right here, even in a hypothetical situation, talking about, I don't want you to just be using my money to trick off on Keisha. Girl, ain't nobody talking about that. How we go from buying a house to him tricking off on another chick? If you that scared, you know what I'm saying? If you scared, go to church. If you scared, go to church. That it's just the same thing. Don't know how to be married. Just like Judge Mathis' wife don't know how to be married. After all them years, she don't understand that her role too, the level of sacrifice, what she needs to do in a relationship has also evolved. And she can't make the adjustment. He's supposed to make all the adjustments. And if he don't make the adjustments to the level that she think the adjustments should be made, now she's mad, and now she done headed off to the courthouse to file divorce papers. Like, get out of here. Old or young, y'all don't be knowing what it takes to really solidify a union. It's more than just emotional. Oh, you know what I'm saying? I feel a certain type of way about him. Oh, he feel a certain type of way about me. And all of these little, I don't know where y'all getting these. We can't even say Disney no more because that's old. I, y'all are feeding y'all own foolishness through social media. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all watch these little videos and y'all watch these little podcasts and all that kind of stuff, and you get these little ideas cobbled together in your head about what a man's supposed to do. I want a provider male, and for y'all, that means some dude that come along and make a ridiculous amount of money. He spend it all on you. You don't do anything. You don't do emotional work. You don't do physical work. You don't do money making work. You don't do no type of work in a relationship, and he's supposed to keep you pampered and suited and booted the whole relationship, and you just sit there and look crazy the whole relationship. Now he's supposed to carry the financial load, the physical load, the emotional load, the mental load, and everything. Like, what is y'all really on? Like, what y'all smoking? Y'all smoking something. I don't know what you smoking. It need to be confiscated off the street. Okay? It's because it's crazy. And y'all gonna keep on not being able to formulate solid family structures, let alone any type of generational wealth at all. When you have this kind of mindset, this is not the mindset that you're supposed to be working into a marriage with. Oh, well, he just pay all the bills and I don't really do much of nothing. You know, my money can go a little bit here and there, but it's not really about that. Y'all pooling y'all resources together is not an automatic indictment on his inability to provide money, because if he comes up with a plan on how we can do certain things, that might be the road to neither one of you really having to work, and y'all don't really think about that part. He could be setting stuff up to where he don't have to be gone 60 hours in order to make the money that he make. Because once you get to a certain point of wealth, you're not exchanging your time no more for it. And that's the part that y'all miss. Once you get to a certain level of how you're going to make your money, and once you start getting into wealth, you are no longer trading your time for that. So it's not, I'm putting in 40 hours, I'm putting in, you're no longer doing that. You already did that. That was the grind stage of that. And so you get to a point where not where you aren't working, but that you aren't trading your time for your money. It'll still be work, but it won't be time-based work. Oh, if I don't put so many hours in, I'm not going to get this amount of money. No, it changes. The dynamic of how that currency is received actually changes. Elon Musk is not nowhere putting in no 80 hours a week to get that money. I swear to you, it's not enough time to trade for billions of dollars. It's not. You don't have enough time to trade for that. So you have to work smarter, not harder. What you do is you set up different streams of income, different ways of with that you make money. Some of those ways are going to have to be passive, where you're not really spending too much time and it gives you a return. Because they, like I said, there comes a point where you can't trade your time for that. You don't have enough time in the day. And your time gets spent elsewhere doing other things, not necessarily leisure, but not necessarily putting your nose to the grindstone for one thing at one time either. The work changes. Things change. And that's a completely different conversation. She can't even get to that conversation because she's stuck on what you gonna do with your money if you need my money. Like, it's so petty, and it's such a separatist thought pattern. How do you get married and still be separate like that? And this is why it's so easy for y'all chicks to walk y'all way down to the courthouse to tell some white man somewhere that you don't want your man no more, because you never was in it in a complete way. You were never really in it, you know what I'm saying, as a unit. You was always in a separated mind state to begin with. You were never in a unified mind state. And then you wonder why you know what I'm saying, why the men don't want to get married, because y'all don't even know how to unify mentally. Y'all don't even know how to get on the same page and be a team player. Marriage is a team sport. What y'all talking about? Anyway, jump down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your hostess, the Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.